Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. I've got an interesting video for you today. In this video, if you want to learn how to produce some free electricity using the power of the sun, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So stay tuned. Hope you like it. Behind me, you can see I have a Renogy Wanderer 30 amp charge controller. This is a PWM charge controller. You can see a series of lights. You have this light here is the light for the solar panels. It's flashing, and what that means is that you have normal operation as far as your solar panels are concerned. If you see this light illuminate as a solid green light, then that means you're having low solar output. So meaning maybe the sun's down or something like that for the day, this light will go solid. Now, if you see fast flashing of a green light, right now it's a slow flash, but if you see fast flash, that's telling you that your solar panels are over voltage. Now, I haven't seen that yet. The only lights that I've seen so far is this slow flash, which is normal, and then solid green, and we saw that when the sun went down. So this next light is the status of the battery. This tells us three basic colors. It's basically green, meaning your battery is normal. It'll change to an orange color when your battery is under voltage, and then if you see solid red, that's telling you that you're over discharged on your battery. Now, we did notice that that light changed to a slow flashing green. That's also normal. That was when the batteries were in the float charging stage. Now, the next light over here, this one you can see it's illuminated red, and if you look at this code right here, this chart, that's telling you what type of battery you're using. So since we're using lead acid deep cycle batteries, we have it for red for flooded batteries. If we were using a lithium iron phosphate battery, we would change that to blue. To enter the mode to change that, you would just long press, hold this for a few seconds, and wait till it flashes. There you go. You see how that's flashing? And then if we wanted to change the battery type, which I'm not going to do in this video, we would just push the button each time and it would change the color for us in accordance to what type of battery we want to correspond to. But in our case today, we're not going to change anything. We want it to stay red. So you see that it went back to solid red after a few minutes of waiting. So everything is set up for a flooded battery. Now, the next thing that we see here, this is the Olight L-Dock. This is a charging station. So I have a Olight Javelot Pro 2 here. Let's plug that in. And as you can see, we have a red indicator now, showing us that we are charging a flashlight. Now, these wires right here, you're probably wondering what these wires are. These two wires right here, these go to the battery, and these wires are the input from the solar panels. So make sure that when you plug this in and when you make all these connections, that you connect the battery to the charge controller before you plug in your solar panel, especially if there's sun outside. You got to have voltage to the charge controller before you connect the wires to the solar panels. If you do it backwards, you could damage the charge controller. Now, the next thing that you see mounted on the wall here, this is a 1000 watt modified sine wave inverter. So we have two USBs here. One of them is going up to the L-Dock for our charging station for flashlights. The other one comes right over here to this little table, and I can charge my phone here. Hear that? So now we're charging our phone. We also have two AC outlets, which I'm using. One of them is currently charging my solar generator, and you can see that I'm charging at 59 watts of input. That's pretty good. And the other electrical is charging my camera. This power inverter also has two 12 volt 150 watt output sockets. So we can plug things in here that will use a cigarette lighter, and we can plug those in here. Now let's take a look at the batteries down here. We have 3 matching 100 amp lead acid deep cycle batteries. I've wired these in parallel, and I've also added a little circuit breaker. Now the circuit breaker stops the flow of voltage from the battery bank to the power inverter. It's very important that you take the negative wire from the charge controller here and the positive wire from the charge controller here, because we don't want to interrupt or disconnect the battery bank connection to the charge controller. So that's why I didn't put the charge controller wire here. I need it to stay connected to the charge controller. If I was to put the charge controller positive right here, in the event that there was some kind of disconnect or this circuit breaker tripped, I would be having voltage come in from the solar panels and nothing from the batteries, and that could result in damage to the charge controller, like I mentioned earlier. So as you can see on the table here, we have a few things going on. Like I mentioned, we're charging a solar generator, we're charging a phone, and we're also charging a camcorder. So now I'm going to take you outside, and we're going to take a look at the solar panel on the roof. So let's go out there and take a look. Now you're going to be surprised at how I connected these panels to the roof. I used Eternal Bond tape. I used VHB dual-sided tape, and then I also used Eternal Bond tape. So here's a look at the panel. This is a new POA 210 watt monocrystalline solar panel. I've got these plastic brackets mounted, and underneath you can see some of the tape right here. This is the VHB tape that's stuck down right to this channel on this metal roofing. And then once I laid the panel down, I put Eternal Bond tape on top of that, and this thing is solid. It ain't going nowhere. The only thing that I regret is those middle brackets aren't even being used. They're just basically floating there. So I could have went without putting those on. So I've got the MC4, the wires coming out right here. I've got Eternal Bond tape right here. I tucked the wires just right underneath the eave there of the roof. Came down right here with the wires. Drilled a little hole in the side of the building, which we are going to fill with silicone at a later time. And those are the wires that go through the building into the back of the charge controller. So if you're in a position where you want some free energy from the sun, which is amazing, this is a good option for you. Didn't cost a lot of money. I'm thinking that we wrap this project up for probably under $500. From afar, that's what it looks like. Now this charge controller, these are pulse width modulation, so these ones are pretty inexpensive. It's not MPPT. These are very nice. I think I paid $27 and some change for this charge controller. This power inverter is cool because we have the ability to turn the power off right here or on. Very cool. And I think this power inverter was like 68 bucks. So that's a look at the system. We're going to save a lot of money. We were able to plug in a 6-quart pressure cooker, set it on this table, and cook literally for free off of the power that we get generated from the sun. So not only does the power inverter show the voltage of the battery, but in this case right here, you can also see that it moved over and it's showing us the amperage that we're drawing, 1.98 amps. So that's pretty cool. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me today on this video of this simple setup. Didn't cost a lot of money. Hope you got some good useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave comments down below, like this video, share this video, And until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. I'll make sure to put links in the description box down below so you can find all the items that we've used in this video. So we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.